While Costco dies on the DEI hill, other companies are waking up to the reality of everything. DEI is bad for business. After years of being pushed by activist groups, more companies are getting behind this merit-based approach. But will it be missed? Most experts say no. Brett Stevens, writing for the New York Times, quote, "The long overdue ban on DEI is at least a solid cause for hope." All right, so it was a 2023 Supreme Court ruling that banned affirmative action for college admissions. They basically said race-based affirmative action in college admissions violates the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. That is one, I think, that they're referencing there, the AGs, when they talk about DEI. And basically, affirmative action was implemented to give certain groups advantages, but they also realized there was a time limit, an expiration on that. Once they got those advantages, you wouldn't need it anymore. Sandra Day O'Connor actually said that in an old opinion. And so here we are in 2025, and companies are still using these practices. I realize they're not schools, and it's a little different and nuanced. But having said that, why should we be giving people an unfair advantage? Why can't we go back to, you're the best person, you get the job?
You know what I find so fascinating is if you just hire on merit, because I have a huge base of companies to look at that we're investors in, over 50 of them, you just hire on merit, as we do, you get tremendous diversity, because we don't care if you're gay or transvestite or you have tattoos or fish hooks in your eyelids. We couldn't give a damn. Can you do the job? Can you execute on the mandate? Those are the people we advance. If you can do it, I don't care what planet you came from. You got a job. And that actually solves this whole problem. And we should have never got ourselves in this place. Regarding Costco, I'm a shareholder. They're nuts if they think I want them fighting the federal government on policy. I don't care who took that poll when. There's no way you'd get that result today. You don't fight the attorney general in multiple states. You got to be out of your mind. Yeah. That's bad for business. So chop, chop, guys. Figure this out. You're breaking the law. Get compliant. I mean, hire for merit and advance people that deserve it, and you will find every race, color, gender, everybody will come to the fore.
And sometimes companies make mistakes, Taylor. We've talked about it over and over again. The wall of companies over there that we just showed that have gone this direction, but then they have quickly come back and said, you know what, we're not doing this anymore for various reasons. And these are massive companies, American, McDonald's, John Deere. I could go on and on and on. Yet Costco is still just ripping.
I love that we mentioned Target, because that was the big one last week when the headlines came in and we were like, oh my gosh, if Target's turning around, you know that it is a brave new world here. And I like that Kevin talked about how he's a shareholder in Costco, because I think you and I think similarly on this story. We are capitalists. I have a right to invest in Costco or not invest in Costco based on what they are doing. And I think, Kevin, you alluded to that. Costco, though, for its point, has a fiduciary duty to its shareholders to do what is best for the company. Now, in this instance, they have said they think this is best for the company. But then in reaction, as the capital markets, we get to decide if I'm a shareholder or if I sell. And if I'm going to buy that toilet paper, whatever, we can get in bulk at Costco or not. And the capital markets, as we learned with Target and everyone else, eventually it rights itself.
Dagan, I'm not going to ask you a question. I'm just going to let you go.
How is discriminating based on race or, again, whatever box someone checks, how is discrimination to achieve racial balance good for business? Right. What is their slogan going to be? Down with merit? Is that how they're going to try and bring people in the door? And Lauren was talking about people are going to picket for better pay and better work hours. This company has a lot bigger problems than trying to keep pushing an agenda, an ideological agenda that does not breed social cohesion and hurts unity among the workforce.
Right.
What do you think about the strikes, Brian? I thought of you when I read that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge issue for Costco, as big of an issue as the issue we're talking about here with DEI. But here's the difference with Costco and Target, okay? And maybe tell me if I'm wrong, but when Target was doing this stuff, you knew it because they were pushing it right in your face, right in the front of the store. Is Costco doing that with their products? Have they done that with their products? I'm not aware of it. In other words, the attorneys general are saying to Costco, either drop it or tell us what you're doing, okay? What if Costco, but let me ask this, what if Costco is calling it DEI, but it's actually not stuff that's against the law? What if they're using that brand? Is that okay? Like, can they do that?
I would have to read the lawsuit, which I didn't coming into this segment, but I'm guessing this isn't a Target situation where they put merchandise in front of people that people found offensive. But to Dagan's point, that it's a check the box kind of thing when you're hiring or you're thinking about how you want your company to look.
Well, that's what the attorney generals want them to answer.
Right.
Like, are you doing this when you hire people? If the answer is yes, then, Kevin, they're going to be in your hot water. They're going to be in legal trouble. But I think it's good for the attorneys general to ask these guys, tell us what you mean, because we actually need to define what companies are doing. And it might be enlightening to know what Costco's doing or not doing.
Yeah, but they're still getting sued, and I don't like it.
Well, I wouldn't either.
It's that simple. And so at the end of the day, when you piss off the federal government, it costs shareholders money. And that's exactly what's happened here. Go fix.
I gotta go.
I tell the executives.
I'm in trouble.